Hi everyone, it's Shubho Shetty with Shiv Solution. This is the video by the troubleshooter of your maths phobia. If you feel it's worth of watching, please like and subscribe to our channel. Let's continue our exercise 10.3 students. In the last video, we have completed up to question number 8. Now let's start with question number 9. So here the question number 9 like this. Find magnitude of vector x. Find magnitude of vector x, whereas vector A is the unit vector. Vector A is with magnitude 1 and x minus A, vector x minus A dot vector x plus A is equal to 12. Find the magnitude of x, whereas the vector A is unit vector and dot product of x, vector x minus vector A and vector x plus vector A is equal to 12. So find the magnitude of x. Okay, just let us solve this one. Dot product of x minus a and x plus a. If you do, we will be getting x dot x dot a minus a dot x minus a dot a. That's nothing but equal to 12. So I'll be getting x dot x. As already I discussed in the previous video, the dot product of same vector you will be getting square of its magnitude, correct? So I got here square of its magnitude. Similarly, these both will get cancelled. Plus x dot a minus a dot x is nothing but x dot a. Got it? So these both get cancelled, and here it is left out magnitude of square of magnitude of vector a. Correct? Then we know that vector a is a unit vector. Therefore, magnitude of x square minus 1 is equal to 12. Correct? Just substitute the value of a in the given formula. What's the equation we got? And next, finally, I'll be getting here magnitude of x square is equal to this minus 1. I'll take to the right side. I'll be getting 13. But I need to find out the magnitude of vector x. So just take the square to right side. I'll be getting root 13. So I got finally magnitude of x is equal to root 13, which you need to find out. Well, dear students, let's move to the next question. The question number 10 is like this. If vector A is equal to 2i plus 2j plus 3k, vector B is equal to minus I plus 2j plus k, and vector C is equal to 3i plus j are such that, so they have given the three vectors, and vector A plus lambda into B. Condition they are given here, okay? Vector A plus lambda into vector B is perpendicular to vector C. So where is this one? They have given vector A, vector B and vector C they have given. But where is the vector A plus lambda into vector B? This we need to find out. Because they are asking here this vector. This is our new vector. When we do that operation, we will be getting this new vector, okay? So this is a new vector and the vector C, this one given vector, okay? These both are perpendicular to each other that we need to, so that they are given, and with the help of that we need to find out the value of lambda. Lambda is one scalar value. It will be one constant value that we need to find out. Okay, so first job ours is here. We need to find out the vector A plus lambda into vector B. Let's find it out. So vector A is this one, vector B is what they are given, and vector C. First thing we need to find out vector A plus lambda into vector B. Correct? So just vector A plus lambda into vector B, substitute that value and just make the coefficients of I, J, K at one particular place. Then I'll be getting finally 2 minus 1 into lambda, 2 minus lambda into I, next 2 plus 2 into lambda, 3 plus 1 into lambda, 3 plus 1 into lambda, that k will be outside, okay? So we'll be getting coefficient of I, J and k like 2 minus lambda, 2 plus 2 into lambda plus 3 plus lambda. Okay, so now I got vector A plus lambda B I got. Then next what I need to do, so we know that, or they have given vector A plus lambda B and vector C is perpendicular to each other. So these two vector, what we got here, new vector we got here, correct? After solving this, we got here new vector. So that new vector what you got, that is perpendicular to C. So we know when two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then its dot product will be equal to 0. Correct? Let me take that. So then its dot product is equal to 0. With the help of that, let me find out the value of lambda. So this is vector A plus C. This one is vector A plus lambda B, and this one is vector C. So now I'm doing dot product of these both. So when I do the dot product of these both, I got here this is equal to 6 minus 3 lambda plus 2 lambda is equal to 0. Now taking the same terms on side, minus 3 means minus 3 lambda plus 2 lambda is nothing but minus lambda, 6 plus 2 is nothing but 8. So finally I got value of lambda is equal to 8. Value of lambda is equal to 8. So your question number 11 is like this. Show that magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector A into vector B plus magnitude of vector B into vector A is perpendicular to this full is one vector. Okay, just diagram, this full is one vector, and that vector is perpendicular to magnitude of vector A into vector B minus magnitude of vector B into vector A. For any two non-zero vectors A and B, that means A and B, vector A and B are the non-zero vectors. It has some value. Okay, it has some magnitude. Okay, so then find the show that these two vectors are perpendicular to each other. So we know that if any two vectors are, again the same concept we are applying here. If any two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then the dot product of these both will be equal to 0. Let it check it out. No need to check it out. Compulsory you need to prove this. Okay, because the arguments show that. So when I do this one, I'll be getting magnitude of A dot magnitude of A is square of its magnitude. Vector B dot vector B is nothing but, again we'll be getting magnitude of square of vector B magnitude, and magnitude of A into magnitude of B, this one, B into vector A, this one. So this is over now. Now multiply with this one. Okay, so vector B dot vector A, magnitude of vector B into magnitude of vector A, vector A dot vector B minus into plus minus vector B into magnitude of vector B into magnitude of vector B is nothing but square of its magnitude. Vector A dot vector A is nothing but we'll be getting again square of vector A magnitude. So when I do this one, just here, these both will be get cancelled. Correct? These both will be get cancelled. Since it's a minus and plus, these both will get cancelled. So left out here, magnitude of A square and square of magnitude of B minus this minus square of magnitude of B into square of magnitude of A. So now again, both are same terms. Both are like terms. One is plus, one is minus. So just cancel these both. So final will be left out there 0. Final will be left out there 0. So when you got the dot product of two vectors is equal to 0, then automatically you can conclude that the given two vectors will be perpendicular to each other. That means these both vectors are inclined with 90 degrees. So question number 12. If vector A dot vector A is equal to 0, dot product of same vector itself equal to 0, means you can conclude it's one that vector will be equal to 0 magnitude only. Anyway, let us check it out. Okay, so vector A dot vector A is equal to 0, and vector B dot vector B, vector A dot vector B is also equal to 0. Two things are given. This is one, and along with that, this one. Two conditions are given. Okay, then what can you conclude about? What can you conclude about vector B? So what's your opinion about vector B? Means what is the value of vector B they are asking? What will be the value of vector B? Okay, let us check it out. So based on what they are given, they are asking what can be conclusion can be given about the vector B. So let us solve the given things. So now first thing, they have given vector A dot vector A is equal to 0 and vector A dot vector B also equal to 0. So since you see here, vector A dot vector A is equal to 0 means vector A dot vector A is nothing but square of its magnitude. Correct? Square of its magnitude. So square of its magnitude is equal to 0 I got, which implies the magnitude of A is equal to 0. Correct? Magnitude of A is equal to 0. That means vector A is here 0 vector. Vector A is here 0 vector. So since vector A is 0 vector, since vector A is a 0 vector, so any number you multiply to 0 vector, you will be getting output 0 only. your resultant will be 0 only. So in place of vector b, since these both are since the dot product of these both is equal to 0, so whatever values we take in the place of vector b also, you will be getting resultant as a 0 only. Therefore, vector b can be taken as any vector to satisfy this condition. So final conclusion is vector b can be any value which you can consider to get vector a dot b is equal to 0 because already vector a is equal to 0 vector. So question number 13 is like this. Vector a, b and c are unit vectors. Vector a, vector b and vector c are unit vectors such that sum of all the three vectors are equal to 0. Sum of the three vectors are equal to 0. Then find the value of dot product of a dot b plus dot product of b and c plus dot product of c and a. Means sum of the dot product of ab, bc and ca you need to find out. Okay, let's find it out. So first thing, please, as usual, write on the given things. Vector a, b and c are unit vector, means magnitudes are equal to 1. Along with that, they are given sum of the three vectors equal to 0. Okay, so with the help of these three, let's find the value of a dot b, b dot c and c dot d. Sum of that all. So it's simple. Let me square on both sides for this, what they are given. They are given sum of a plus b plus c is equal to 0, correct? Then just sum of a, b and c is equal to 0. Just square on both sides. Just square on both sides. So when you do the square on both sides, we'll be getting vector a plus b plus c whole square is equal to 0. The exponent a plus b plus c whole square. So when you expand this one, I get square of vector a plus square of vector b plus square of vector c plus 2 times of vector a dot vector b plus 2 times of vector b dot vector c plus 2 times of vector c dot vector a is equal to 0. So now let me take here these three terms, sum of these three terms to the right side. So when I take this to the right side, it will become minus. So let me keep these terms here itself. Now let me take 2 as a common outside in the left hand, from the left hand side. So and this will be equal to minus 3 because value of vector a, vector b and vector c, I mean length of vector a, b and c are equal to 1. That means it's a unit vector. So I got 1 plus 1 is nothing but 3. Finally it is minus 3. Now they are asking to find out a dot b plus b dot c plus c dot a. That means let me take these two to the right side. So when I take these two to the right side, I will be getting finally sum of a dot b plus b dot c plus c dot a is equal to minus 3 by 2. This is the value I get finally. So question number 14. If either of vector a is equal to 0, see dear students, it's one of the important question. If either of vector a is equal to 0 or vector b is equal to 0, then a dot b is equal to 0. No doubt. Any one of that vector is equal to 0, then a dot b is equal to 0, they are given. Okay. But the converse need not to be true. They are asking converse means, see, if a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0, then a dot b is equal to 0. The converse means what? If a dot b is equal to 0, then not necessary that a or b should be equal to 0. Both can be non-zero vectors. That possibility are there, they are telling. So if that possibility is there means, then justify your answer by or with one example. With an example, you need to prove that one. Normally you can say, not necessary that vector a or vector b should be equal to 0 to get dot product of a and b is equal to 0, because when it is perpendicular also, there is a chance to get the a dot b is equal to 0. But here they are asking, come up with one example. They are not asking that show that angle is equal to 90 degrees. They are asking come up with an example where a and b are not equal to 0. That we need to show that. Okay, so let us continue that problem. Again, I'm telling it's somewhat important problem. Please note on this question. If vector a is equal to 0 and vector b is not equal to 0, I mean this is 0 but this is non-zero. What we get? A dot b is equal to 0 because magnitude of vector a is equal to 0. The formula we have applied. That is a dot b is equal to magnitude of a into magnitude of b into cos theta. Correct? This is equal to 0, then automatically we get a dot b is equal to 0. U1 and b not equal to 0. Next, if vector b is equal to 0 and vector a is not equal to 0, but still we get dot product of a and b is equal to 0 only because magnitude of vector b is equal to 0. Correct? Okay. Now, so according to Therefore, what they are given, vector A is equal to 0 or vector B is equal to, that means any one of that vector is equal to 0, then automatically we get dot product of that A and B is equal to 0. Okay, which is they are given. But still let us write this one. It's completed. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. What is the next part? Converse need not to be true, like that they are asking. Converse need not to be true. That means we need to prove here, even when A or B both are not equal to 0, we get A dot B is equal to 0. That we need to prove. Okay, let us with an example. Let me take here, you can take any example, dear students. Okay, let me take vector A as a 3i plus 2j minus 3k and vector B as a minus I plus 3j plus k. While you are taking, you have to be little careful. Here 3, 2, minus 3 I have taken, here minus 1, 3 and k. So what the way you have to take means, sum of, when you do the dot product means 3 into minus 1 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 1. When you do this all, the final sum you should be getting 0. That is the way you have to check the coefficients of I, j and k for that two given vectors. Okay. So whatever example you want, you can take. But that has to satisfy dot product should be equal to 0. Now let me take here these two as an example. Okay, let us check it out. Whether A dot B will be equal to 0 or not. So here I got dot product of these both equal to 3 into minus 1 plus 2 into 3 plus minus 3 into 1. So I will be getting here minus 3 plus 6 minus 3. That's not equal to 0. Correct? That must even when vector A is not equal to 0. Okay, whatever. I got here dot product of vector A and B is equal to 0. Now let me check out the magnitude of vector A and magnitude of vector B. So I got here, when I do the magnitude of vector A, I got here root 22. That means it is not equal to 0. Correct? So next, magnitude of vector B is equal to, I got here root 11. That means this is also not equal to 0. That means here vector A and vector B are non-zero vectors. Vector A and vector B are non-zero vectors. Yes, finally we have done it. See, vector A as well as vector B are both are non-zero vectors. Both are non-zero vectors because both have some magnitude. But when I do that dot product, again I am getting 0 only, which implies that, so it is not necessary if whenever the A dot B is equal to 0, that magnitude of A or magnitude of B, or you can say vector A or vector B should be equal to 0. Even if that both are not equal to 0 also, there is a chance of getting A dot B is equal to 0. This is the way you can conclude this problem.